Hello, good morning once again. Karong amon we will talk about market structures, and then after that we'll discuss about yung sa ang pricing ng pag-determine sa output. So pricing and output determination, no? So isa gini mo ni siya nga topic nga kinahanglanon i-discuss yun aron mahuman ang micro yun sa pag-determine ang mga presyo o output sa market. So in pure competition, the demand curve is horizontal, this one. Not this one, no? Kay different man ang equilibrium. Kung magsaka ang demand, din ang equilibrium, no? Kung magnaog ang demand, din ang equilibrium. Magnaog ang supply, ang equilibrium point is here dahil magnaog ang supply, din ang equilibrium. So in that case, there are equilibria, plural. But in pure competition, there are so many sellers, and then there are so many buyers, and then products are identical, and then there is freedom of perfect knowledge, okay, both sellers and buyers know the product. There is freedom of entry, and there are no barriers to trade, and so on and so forth. So all of this makes the equilibrium a singular event. Equilibrium. That is why this is horizontal. So in perfect competition, the demand curve is horizontal. Hence, the firm equate the price equal to marginal revenue. Okay, this one is marginal revenue equate to marginal cost. In other words, kung pure competition ka, ang profit maximizing firm should equate its price equal to its marginal revenue and marginal cost, right? In other words, kung ang mga presyo ga fluctuate gyud permi, that is not competitive market. There is uniformity of price, kay non-price ang competition, dili man presyo. Non-price ang competition din quality, for example. Okay, so insofar as price is concerned, everybody would be at the same footing, no? Ano siya, horizontal siya. Although ideally this is a good market, because this is when the price is at the lowest at good quality. Pero sa seller, di mo siya ang presyo nga. There is only one price and nobody has the power to change it. Okay? Magpataas ang isa diri, siya una mo wala consumer. Magpaubos siya diri, siya ay umanatabangan sa consumer, swarm by consumers. In the long run, ang presyo would be just the same, no? That's the characteristic of competitive market. Now, moving on to monopoly. This is where there is only one seller and there are so many buyers. Normally, let us say this is our demand here, or muna siyang demand. Dayon, equate ni mong demand sa average total cost. Okay? So, ahat to mag-intersect ang marginal cost. Okay? The marginal cost. This is the marginal cost. This is the marginal cost. Mag-intersect sa marginal revenue. Sa competitive market, no? Pero dili ang sa monopoly because he is the only seller, taas ang presyo. Okay, taas ang presyo. It is above the average total cost and marginal cost. So in other words, kani siya nga area din siya nga area, no? Kani nga area, kani including this one, no? Including this one. Muna siya ang muna siya ang profit sa monopoly. In other words, kung imong i-compare ni siya nga area diri, i-compare mo sa area in triangle. The area of triangle here is a consumer surplus. Compared to the area here, rectangular area, this is the producer surplus. So, the higher the price, the monopoly can actually impose in the market, the smaller is the consumer surplus. That is one thing I should say bad about monopoly. The firm under monopoly, okay, i-equate niya ang marginal cost dito marginal price, and then later on, due to high barriers to entry, okay, pwede siya mag-discriminate ng presyo. Pwede siya mag-discriminate. For example, it is happening ganit din sa atong kagulihan, no? Mga hospital, no? Katong ka-afford dito sa mga guwapong hospital, katong dili ka-afford ato sa provincial hospital. Luoy kaya mga pobreng dili ka-afford kay dili mataga insakto nga serbisyo sa health. So you see, this is actually price discrimination man siya, no? Price discrimination. The same thing sa school. Pinsa tong school nga medyo taas kay quality sa instruction. Pagkukugay tuition, mga university belkid ng mga estudyante. Kumpara sa gobyerno, ang quality daw dili man natin tinuod idol na to, pero daghang kayo mga mutap sa bar exam nga gikan sa gikan sa MSU government man na siya. Pero usually ang kapasar po na nga mga scholarship mga sapian. So because of price discrimination, okay, makaprofit siya both in the short run, although in the long run, igo lang siya although in the long run, doon na siya, in the long run, doon na mga entry sa mga competitor. Ang yung average cost would be just equal to this point here, no? Ang average total cost would be equal to the price. In that case, kani siya nga presyo, move dali. But that is happening. That is not happening kay kung mayroong the entry of competitor, dili na siya monopoly. Pero kung monopoly gid siya, magpabiling siya ngani. So doon na gid siya gitawag gini mo there is both in the short run and long run. No. Ang normal profit zero man na siya, zero profit. Doon na profit ang monopoly. And take note, the higher the price, plus napagit sa price discrimination, power of price discrimination, nasa control sa nasa market power, nasa control sa market. Therefore, bawal na siya sa malaod ang monopoly. Kanang gitawag ni mong cartel, no? Antitrust law. Balaod man na siya nga gi-prohibit ang monopoly. Okay? Now, mo exist ang monopoly because of siguro ang monopoly arises or ni-emerge na siya tungod sa capital requirement. No? Dako kayong capital required and only very few can afford. Siguro discovery. It happens nga ang market or raw materials are discovered surreptitiously. Surreptitiously. Or probably because it is created by law. No? Kanang kitawag niya mong natural monopoly, i-create mo na sa law. Allowed mo na sa law, i-create sa law. Like, kamaning mga university, dago yung university, like UP, i-create mo na sa law. Dili mo na sa private enterprise. Nga na, no? I-create sa law. So, mo exist kining monopoly. Pero what is really characterizes a market? By the way, muna siya ang price discrimination na, no? So, much so you have prices over right here, and then prices right here, and prices right here. These are all price discrimination. Above that, wana exorbitant na kayo na siya. So, naka-kay demand rin. Take note nga kung higher ang monopoly to na siya, pero at higher price, remember, makagamay po ang quantity demanded. So, at higher price, mag-move yun ang presyo. Pero in this case, really, di ba? Ang quantity demanded is the same. Pero, dapat tadi, quantity demanded is here, is here, is here. That is price discrimination. So, every time mag-move ang point dito paingon diha, gamay ang consumer surplus. Supposed to be, ang consumer surplus is right here, no? Muna ang consumer surplus, pero mag-move ang point diha, makagamay ang siya. Muna yung tayang gumabilit, consumer surplus. The rest are producer surplus. So, muna siya ang price discrimination. At any rate, di bawal man sa balaod ang monopoly. Now, another market structure that is common in the world, common sa international era, common sa kalibutan. Kaning oligopoly, there are many buyers, but there are only very few sellers. Example, petroleum industries, coffee, mineral deposits like mga mineral deposits like copper, no, silver, mga oligopoly man na siya. Dahil technology, oligopoly. It's king curve because gani nga area, kung ito na very few sellers, sensitive sila at higher price region. Pero at lower price region, dili kayo mo-compete ang mga seller. No, not because they have agreement, but because they are compelled to. Dahil usa ka seller nga magpaubos ng presyo, pwede, pero at lower quantity. Okay? At lower quantity, nga naman, pag-reduce sa price at a higher price, di mga matay, gaya sila. So, ang tendency gida ni is, ang muset ang presyo, ang monopoly, diniginapit sa mga region nga doon ay taas. That is if the sellers are not acting, anticipating the action of the rival. In other words, wala sila collusion. If there is no collusion between sellers, then a competition would be king. Muna siya king demand curve. Sensitive ang ilang elasticity sa above higher price region, pero dili kay diri. Take note, di ba mo ng marginal cost? Mo ni ang average, mo ni ang demand curve. Okay? Mo ni ang average total cost, mo ni ang marginal cost. And then mo ni ang marginal revenue. This is the average revenue right here. So kung mubugi kang presyo, that is marginal cost. Taray mo marginal cost rin. Unya, ingana po na mo ka mabuang yung presyo, it would be 1, 2, 3. No? 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 rather. 1, 2, 3, 4. So you will have posible no nabitong action sa seller nga magpaubos dahil others will follow. The others will follow muna siyang gitawag og rivalry or price war. Dunay price war sa oligopoly. But dili kay sa mga lower price region. The oligopolies would normally engage in price war in higher price region, like for example the petroleum industries. Pirmi lang ga-fluctuate ang presyo siguro sa isa ka buwan ikaduha ikatulo ang OPEC o oil petroleum exporting countries, no. Pag move si gani sa oil prices rollback mag-rollback na po, mag-rollback, mag-increase, mag-rollback, mag-increase, etc. ang world prices. So you see, kung characteristics mo na sa oligopolies, kung ka-fluctuate yun ang presyo. Why? Because of the price war. Pero as I've said, muking na siya, bend na siya at lower price region, no? Dili siya straight, bend siya diri. Because no oligopolies would reduce more output at lower price region. Pwede sila if the marginal cost and marginal revenue are attained. Since there are no depende po na, no, kung ang product is differentiated. Kung ang produkto differentiated, then ang seller pwede sila din ay mag-compete sa higher price region. Okay? Ang produkto differentiated, kailangan sila yung market power kada isa. However, if they are not differentiated, all the products are identical. Grabe ka price war ka na, no? And probably they will engage in a price war even in the lower price region. So, ma-jeopardize ang ilang marginal cost, okay? Marginal cost o average cost, no? Kaya mubo mga presyo. Pero kung walay collusion, kayo niya ang product are differentiated, okay? Muna siya ang presyo sa oligopoly. Kani siya. So, nigamay ang consumer surplus, no? Gawayan sa consumer surplus, the rest are producer surplus, mga seller. Well, characteristic na siya sa characteristic sa price war. Alright. Now, bawal ang sa oligopoly. Bawal ang collusion. Kanang bitong mag-agree sila among each other to have a market power. Gitawag na og cartel. So kung na sila collusion, na sila agreement, gentleman's agreement, para for example, aron ma-divide nilang market among few of them, the result is cartel. That is a violation of the law. Kaya na may balaod sa market ka nang itawag niyo mo cartel, which is against the law. So in other words, kung higher prices, expect ka doon ay price war. Dahil wala price war there is a lower price region. Alright? And then, sa monopolistic market, this is monopolistic. This is the short run na ay monopolistic. Kung mo guni siya, no? Monopoly siya. Dagan lang. No, monopoly. Kay ang kada seller na may control sa ilang presyo, nasa na control sa ilang produkto. Ang labas, there are many monopolists. Gitawag siya monopolistic. So in other words, the same with monopoly na say profit. Okay. Nakadepende sila guys in the long run with the entry of new monopolists. economic profit becomes zero. That is where average cost equal with demand, equal with marginal cost. So, unsa mo nang economic profit is zero. Kung walay zero, walay normal na siya, normal. In the long run, this is the long run, this is the short run. So in the short run, when there is what we call fixed input and then you have variable input at the same time, dili lugar adjustable ang inputs of production. Ang labas, ang monopolistic firm would be able to generate profit. But in the long run, that is when all variables are adjustable, economic profit becomes zero. So this is the characteristic of a modern global market, which is monopolistic and oligopoly. Ano siyang characteristic sa global market pa to. Right? So, i-discuss na ko karon kung doon sa pag-determine ang output. Wala ko ako lang ka-share sa inyo is, let's say this one, no? I-remember mo sa inyong iso quantity. So I will be speaking more on the long run. Kay kung short run tawag mo, ang tendency na to is we will be discussing the fixed inputs. We will be assuming that all other variables are fixed, other inputs are variable. In combination, this will create an S curve, no? An S curve, and then we will do it mathematically. We will be able to compute the local maximum and local minimum that will trigger us or remind us of the minimum as well as maximum output. Pero anito sa short run tungod kay mo ko na siya gagamiton po sa textbook ang long run nga ano. Although it can be done easily, tayo lang gani ang math sa short run. Ang medyo complicated ng math kailangan ni siya calculus. Ang long run, now ang long run production function is characterized by Cobb-Douglas production function. Dili ko sigurado ang capital ba is 0.45 ang exponent. Di ko sure na. I'm just recalling 0.45 ang siguro to. Owing to the fact na mas expensive ang labor sa sa west, no? Countries in the west, mas mahal ang labor. So 0.55 and then ang capital is 0.45 multiplied by 1.01. Kani siya mo ni siyang total factor of productivity. Productivity coming from productivity of capital, which is 0.45, and productivity coming from labor, which is 0.55. Notice nga kung imo na siyang i-add, it is equal to 1. Kana 0.01 man na siya gidugang na siya mga scientists para namo mga statistical error na mga statistics ba. So gidugang ang lag 1.01 when in fact 0.55 plus 0.45 is equal to 1. So based on endogenous approach, that should be equal to 1.00. Pero ang naghimo na si Cobb ug si Douglas, himo na ginang 1.01 because of statistical discrepancy. Okay. So the price of capital and the price of labor, although separate siya sa atong i-determine diri, Pero it should be determined by their elasticity. Okay? Pero ato na lang siyang gihimong 4, gihimong 2 dari. By sheer kwa na lang ni siya, no, random, arbitrary ni siya, which is has an investment of 1,000. Bato na lang. So the first thing we do is get the partial derivative of this function. And then equate nyo din sa ilang equate din sa respective prices. So ang partial derivative of this function, which is P, with respect to labor is this one, 0.55, C 0.45. Constant man ang capital, kani ang na-change 0.55 times 1.01 is 0.555 raised to the power minus 1 ang exponent din negative 0.45. So this is equivalent to 0.555 C 0.45 divided by labor 0.45, which is equal to 4. Muna yung presyo, no? 4. Alright, partial derivative of this function with respect to capital, therefore labor is constant. So you multiply mo 0.45 times this 0.45 C minus 1 0.55 L 0.55. So muna yung is equal to 2. I-equate na mo na siya. I-equate na mo na siya. L is 0.6111 C. Therefore, L is 137.5, C is 225.0. Alright? So, imo na siyang i-substitute na sa equation to determine the value of this output. So, you have, okay, so you have P is equal to 1.01 times pila ang C is 225 is the power 0.45 and then L is 137.5 raised to the power 0.55, right? So the value of output is equivalent to 101. Magamit ang calculator. 1.01 times 225 raised to the power 0.45 times 137.5 raised to the power 0.45. The value is 173.328. So muna yung bari muna ang imong muna yung value sa imong output. Now, sa akong giingon ganina nga ang kaniuntang presyo should be determined by the exponent. Pero di na kinanglanon kay ato ang may bawaan na akong ide mo sa inyo. Di ba nag-iintag kuha lang price derivative, meaning to say kuha mo ang marginal productivity of labor over marginal productivity of capital equals to the restrictive prices, no? 2 over 4 o man ang presyo nila, no? So this is price of capital, price of labor. So imo nang i-multiply diri marginal productivity of labor times labor equals marginal productivity of capital times price of capital. Divide mo PK and PL, divide po din naman siya PK and price of labor. Cancel na siya. Nabali no. This is supposed to be marginal productivity of labor over marginal productivity of capital over platong capital 4 no 4 and lagyan na. So this is PK no PL over PK. So multiply ni siya is multiply naman na siya, that is marginal productivity of labor over price of K over PK. I-multiply naman na siya is marginal productivity of capital times PK. I-divide naman sa price of labor and price of capital. I-divide naman sa price of labor, price of capital. Alright, cancel ni siya. Ang nabilin is marginal productivity of capital with respect to price of capital should be equal to all other inputs, marginal productivity of labor times price of labor, and so on and so forth. Ba? Kana mo itong basihan. Okay, and ayun siya. Example sa atong case, no? We know nga ang productivity of labor is this one, no? Kani. Ano siya? Productivity of labor. Ano siya? Which is okay 0.55. Ako na lang i-copy pagbalik. C.45 dahil this is derivative of P with respect to labor, and then L.45. Alright, dahil ang friction niya ani is 4, diba? 4. Alright, dahil ang derivative of P with respect to K is 0.45, L 0.55, dahil C is 0.55, and then ang price is 2, no? Alright, so kung imo nang i-divide by this prices, pila ang ilang so ang nahitabo na is 0.55, 55, C.45, L 0.45 all over 4 should be equal to 0.45, 45, L 0.55 divided by C.55 all over 2. So dapat mag-equivalent na silang duha aron ma-determine mo kung equilibrium bagit siya. So pila to atong labor, so you have 55, atong capital is 225 ba, no? 225 raised to the power 0.45 divided sa labor, which is 137.5. raised to the power 0.45 should be equal sa ani. So you have 0.45, 45, 137.5, 0.55. Dayon, if they are equal, then we are able to, this is 225. Kung pareha na siya ratio. Pero kadaot ko ani kay dali man ta, no. So kung imo na siya, pila be? 0.55. 0.5555 times 225 raised to the power 0.45 divided by 137.5 raised to the power 0.45. The value is almost 70.69 meron here. 33. Bakit ko ha? 0.5555 times 225 raised to the power 0.45 equals divided by 137.5 raised to the power 0.45. Yeah, 6.93 should be the same with this one. Around equilibrium, so take note. 0.4545 times 137.5 raised to the power 0.55 equals divided by 225 raised to the 0.55. Dili sila equal. 3466. Sa to pa kaning presyo nato nga tuog 4 dili siya haom. Dili kani atong presyo nga tuog 4 dili haom sa elasticity. Dili siya consistent sa atong pricing. Dapat 0.55 times nabali galing, no? Nabali. Dapat capital nato is 0.55 okay. I-divide mo sa 4 kani i-divide mo sa 2 kay mo baya ni atong kuan, no? Ano to atong mo man ni atong kuan i-divide sa ilang respective prices. So 0.69331 i-divide sa 4 which is 0.1733. Dani 0.34 66 divided by 2 which is 0.73 17323. They are all equal. In other words, ang price nato dire nga to labor to capital and for labor is consistent with its elasticity, which is 0.45 and 0.55, no? Kay equivalent man siya dari. Equivalent man siya 0.17, 0.30, 0.17, 0.30. Alright? So, istadihan ninyo ni siya kay dili masulong siya ni makaber, no? It will not it will eat so much of your time sa atong final examination na you only have 1 hour. Exam, so ingkol pa na ko na this will eat a lot of your time sa inyong exam. So, ang ipamaagin na lang nako, so kasagara gini nga na is multiple choice. Dayon ang calculation is part 2. And then, ato ko sa calculation, usually dili aning output and pricing. Ang gitagaan akong emphasis ang consumer equilibrium o ang seller's equilibrium. They are entirely different. Ang seller equilibrium o ang consumer equilibrium, theory of the firm and theory of consumer. So duha ka problem. Kuigo ra gyud ang 1.5 hour. Okay, thank you and good morning.